Well, today is one of the spookiest days of the year, and here we are with a Halloween special of Crashing In Podcast. Today I'm going to play some brilliant tunes, Halloween classics, and the very underrated sort as well. I'm not going to be playing the main stuff like Michael Jackson, Thriller. I'm going to play the cool stuff, the stuff that wouldn't be considered as a Halloween tune by many bands and musicians. You might not feel like it's not a real Halloween tune, but it technically is. So before we start, I'm going to start us all off with a Halloween classic. I'll Put a Spell on You by Scremin, Hawkins.
I put a spell on you. Cause you're mine. Stop the things you do. What now? I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. What now? Hey, I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. I don't care if you don't want me. I know right now. I put a spell on you. One, two, three.
Now that was a different version to I Put a Spell on You by Scremin' Hawkins. Due to copyright reasons, so I tried to find the one that was not copyrighted, so I should be alright with that tune. And oh my god, I think I prefer that version to the original. His voice really stands out in that song, and I just really rate him as an artist. He's brilliant. And yeah, well, basically, I'm going to be playing some of my personal favourite Halloween tunes, and I hope you enjoy today's podcast. It's a bit different. Like, I'm not going to be playing local music, if I have to be honest. It's going to be a bit more of a radio sort today. And I'm going to try not to swear. And I know I do swear a lot, and I need to stop if I want to gain more listeners as well, because I do want maybe younger people to get listening and learn about decent music. Because I don't just play local music, and also they need to learn about the local music scene, because they just have to, instead of that chart stuff. But they need to learn about good music. And yes, so if I'm going to try not to swear, if it has underneath not suitable for children, probably don't let children listen, Halloween special or not. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. And what autumn term it's been. I just love autumn, not just because of Halloween, but because it's just one of the most beautiful times of the year. It's just the leaves and just everything just seems so much more peaceful or something like that. I don't know, like, it's really satisfying, and I just love wearing my jacket, and I love cold weathers. So I'm really glad the winter is coming, but I do love autumn. And also, you may notice, like, I'm a big fanatic of Halloween. I love Halloween. That's why I'm doing a Halloween special, because I didn't do one last year. And I love Halloween, and I done a Christmas special last year, and I hate Christmas. So it's like, I don't know why I've done that, but I just feel like people would like a Christmas special, so I just had to. Even though we didn't talk much about Christmas, but let's not talk about Christmas, because it's bad luck to talk about Christmas this early. And I am going to do a Christmas special this year with a guest, but we never know. And I'm not playing Christmas songs, so you can buzz off. Except for The Power of Love by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, because that is a good tune and you can play any time of the year, because it's not exactly a Christmas song. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Halloween. I've been watching horrors back to back. Like, if you can, everyone, please type down in the comments or on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, your favourite horror, and I will mention it on the next podcast what your favourite horrors is and what's my thoughts on the horrors. Personally, I'm very into my classics. Like, I do love Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Exorcist, loads of psychological stuff, and I'm a massive fan of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and yeah, loads of stuff like that. Like, I'm into the classics. I'm not really into the new stuff. Even though a decent horror that's pretty new is The Conjuring. I would highly recommend, if you all are into your horrors, listen to The Conjuring. Listen to The Conjuring? I mean, did I say listen? I don't remember. Watch The Conjuring. It is perfect. It is just... And also, it is based upon a true story. You may believe it, you may not, because I know loads of people are skeptics these days. But yeah, it is based on a true story. Also, if you can name any horrors that are based on true stories, that'd be cool. And I'll do some reading up on it and that on my next episode. And Yeah, I do love true horrors that are based on true stories because they really get to you a bit more than a horror that's just completely made up, like Chucky. Even though it has its, um, it is inspired by a true story. Most horrors are these days because A Nightmare on Elm Street was based on um, what Wes Craven read in the newspapers at the time before the film, before even filming the film and that, before the idea even came to his head. And basically, there was loads of young adults, young teenagers, and that were dying in their sleep, and they didn't have any health conditions or anything. They didn't even have a heart attack, I think. Is very intrigued Wes Craven, and that's where the idea of a nightmare. That's the idea, and that's what Nightmare on Elm Street's based on. And I think he even said like he had a vision of what the villain, horror movie villain Freddy Krueger looked like before the film before even production of the film and that, and apparently he dreamt it. So that is quite interesting. I don't know where I heard that one, but the people dying in their sleep was based on a true story, which is actually quite scary because, well, it freaks me out if I have to be honest. But yeah, but also a favourite horror of mine that is also based on a true story is The Exorcist. People may not believe it or believe it, but I think you should all believe it because I don't know how you can go around in life and just be skeptics, if I have to be honest. And what, and also, where do these ideas of ghosts and stuff come from? Werewolves, etc. And it must be based upon something. But The Exorcist is another great film, and I heard that they are remaking it, which is very, very bad news. Because at the time it was made, it was the most amazing horror film ever made because it was shocking. Like, an audience has not saw a film like that ever before in their life, and it was just too shocking for people to watch. It was just, there was no special effects. It was just all real effects that were like no CGI, all that rubbish. But I'm scared about the new Exorcist now because I feel like it's just going to be all CGI'd up and all that. It's going to be completely ruined, and it's going to be mainstream cast. So it's just going to really ruin the film. And they're doing it a lot recently. They even remade a children's horror called The Witches, based upon book Roald Dahl by Roald Dahl, and it just looks terrible because the first one was amazing with Angelica Huston, but they ruined it now by using loads of CGI and stuff like that. So yeah, but if there's any new horror films you think I should watch and very like genuinely good material, please suggest them to me. I will give them a watch. Like, it has to be good. It has to be a good script and that for me to enjoy a good storyline, and not one of those try hard horror films when they try to scare you when it really doesn't work. But also, I'm watching a good program at the moment. Not the best, but it is a good program, and it's a go. I don't know. It might be a bit out of date this because like after today, Halloween's gone. All the horror vibes have gone. But I've been watching this series called, I'm only halfway through, called The Haunting of Bly Manor. And that is a really good program. Not exactly scary, but kind of scary, a bit chilling to watch. Unfortunately, it is a series, so, and the episodes are an hour each. But if you're really into horror, you should give it a watch. It's basically about a woman from America. She was just, I don't know if should be telling you. Spoilers alert, by the way, everyone. Basically, something happens in her life that makes her move from America to England. She finds a job working as a nanny at a house called Bly Manor, owned by very rich people, and she has to look after these messed up children, really weird children, and they're just fucked up. Like, the one girl sounds like Peppa Pig, and I think she is out of Peppa Pig, but and she likes her dolls. It's weird. It's so weird, and she looks after them, and night by night, weird stuff she experienced, weird things. I'm only halfway through, and I can't say much, but the little girl goes, "Don't go out of bed at night. Stay in your room." And basically, it's like the spirit's like an evil spirit entity or whatever is like watching them at night, and it's really freaky. I watched this bit, and she was humming a song, playing hide and seek, and there was this horrible fucking I swore, sorry, horrible ghost figure behind her singing with her. Oh, it was fucking horrible, and I just was really freaked out. But the acting is surprisingly quite good, because it is actually an American show, and they've done one called Haunting on Hill House, and I've been told that is better than Bly Manor, but the Bly Manor is a good one apparently, because it's still a bit scary, but not as good as Hill House. So if you want to check out Hill House first, then Bly Manor, but I'll check out Bly Manor first, as it hasn't been bigged up as much, then Hill House, because if you watch the better one first, you won't be interested in Bly Manor. Whereas I watched Bly Manor first, so I might be intrigued to watch the Haunting of Hill House, because that's the better one. So let's move on to another artist, favourite artist of mine. You may know this song from a very famous programme that's on at the moment. Well, not the moment, but it's been on for a while. Very famous. It's on Netflix and all that jazz. And this is probably one of my all-time favourite musicians. He's just, I don't care what people say. Not many people do like him. I do talk to some people, and people are not so keen on him. Depressing. But I'm going to play a Nick Cave classic. Nick Cave gets me through a lot in life. People, for some reason, just don't understand him, whereas I feel like I do. I just love his music. Like, his first album is genius, and it's just brilliant. And if you're like me, just a bit, I don't know, it's hard to explain it. The sort of people who are into him are the people that are very open to music and love to hear something new and different. But I'm going to play the track Red Right Hand, but a different version due to copyright reasons.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the tracks, where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the humming wires. Hey man, you know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. wrap you in his arms, tell you that you've been a good boy. He'll rekindle all those dreams it took you a lifetime to destroy. He'll reach deep into the hole, heal your shrinking soul. Hey buddy, you know you're never turning back. He's a ghost, he's a god, he's a man, he's a guru. Well, they're whispering his name across this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand. You ain't got no money, he'll get you some. You ain't got no car, get you one. You ain't got no self-respect, you feel like an insect. Well, buddy, don't you worry, he comes through the ghetto and the barrio and the Bowery and the slum. A shadow is cast wherever he stands, stacks of green paper in his red right hand. You'll see him in your nightmares, you'll see him in your dreams. He'll appear out of nowhere, but he ain't what he seems. You'll see him in your head on the TV screen. Hey buddy, I'm telling you to turn it off. Well, he's a ghost, he's a god, he's a man, he's a guru. You're one microscopic cog in his catastrophic plan, designed and directed by his red right hand.
Obviously, different versions due to I don't want to get copyrighted on YouTube. I have been warned about music I use, but I genuinely thought they were non-copyrighted. So if YouTube do actually listen out for stuff like this, I don't know if they do, but I just want to say sorry for using copyrighted music. I genuinely don't help it. I do look for the live versions, the rare versions, like the unreleased ones, and I do look for the demos and stuff like that. But sometimes it just doesn't work out, and it doesn't tell you if it's copyrighted or not. And I always say the trick to know if a song is copyrighted is by clicking on the video and seeing if there's like a status of that song, like what company it's owned by, and that. If not, I think it's all right to use. But it's one of those, in it. Hopefully, this will not be a non-copyrighted episode, because my channel, a video I done, I don't know what it was. I think it was a Glen Sanking video. I think it's blocked in certain countries because I used a song which is copyrighted, and also Cherry Pickles are a signed band, so I've been using some of their music as well. And again, that's like got some copyright. That got copyrighted and all that. So, but at least with that, I've got a bit of a backup. I can say that I've been given permission to play their music because I have. Also, I'm going to be playing a lot of Cherry Pickles' new stuff on my next podcast. Right now, it's just going to be all dedicated to Halloween, but I might end up playing one track. I don't actually know. So now I'm going to play a Halloween classic once again. And is it the Season of the Witch? Maybe it is. We just have to ask Donovan.
Look out my window. What do you think I see? And when I look in my window, there's so many different people to be that it's strange. It sure is strange. You gotta pick up every stitch, yeah. You gotta pick up every stitch. Beatniks out to make it rich, I'm telling ya. Oh no, must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch, yeah. Must be the season of the witch. When I look over my shoulder, what do you think I see? What do you think I see? Some other cat looking over his shoulder at me. He sure is strange, yeah. You gotta pick up every stitch, yeah, You gotta pick up every stitch. Beatniks out to make it rich. Oh no, I must be the season of the witch, yeah. Must be the season of the witch, yeah. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Ooh, yeah. Must be the season of the witch, yeah.
Well, that was Season of the Witch by Donovan, legend. The British Bob Dylan, I always say. Alright. Well, now I'm going to do my top 10 recommended Halloween horror films I think you should watch. Number 10, I'm going to say Ghost Stories. Brilliant cast, a good British horror. If you're into films that can mess with your heads, please give that a watch. Number 9, I'll have to say Evil Dead, the original. Classic amateur horror. It just shows how good a low budget film can do and how good it can be at scaring you. 8, I have to say The Exorcist. Probably one of the scariest films I ever watched in my life, and I can't think of anything better to watch at Halloween. Also, on the subject of Halloween, number 7, I'm going to say Halloween, the original. Also, number 2, all of them actually, except for the 1990s ones, and also I do like the new ones. You have to watch them at Halloween. 6, An American Werewolf in London. Classic. I don't know if it's a John Landis film, so I don't think it's particularly British, but still class. Number 5, I'll have to say The Woman in Black. It's a very spine, chilling, spooky film to watch. Also, The Angel of Death, the sequel, is amazing. If you haven't watched that yet, watch that Halloween film. Nice one. Number 4, quite a new one called Dead Silence. And the creators of Saw made that film, and it is so scary, I have to say, and it's really cool. It's really freaky to watch. If you like to be jumping all the time, watch it. Number 3, I'm gonna definitely say The Shining. What a film. Stanley Kubrick, and a film that messes with your head a bit. So many theories are behind that film. I watched documentaries on that film, and it's so interesting to research. Do some research on that film. It's really cool. Number 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. The rest of them are shite. Obviously, classic. And as you can see on the screen, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just you can't go wrong with that film. And it's the film that started New Line Cinema, and also based upon true events. Now, and number 1, I'm gonna say Friday the 13th, 1, 2, and 3, because 1 and 2 was good. The second was Jason, the first was The Mother, and the third was the hockey mask, the famous hockey mask. So I think they're just films that are just perfect for Halloween. They're just films off the top of my head I think you all should watch at Halloween. There are loads more, and if you'd like me to suggest any good ones, I will. Dead Silence is a bit different. It's not exactly your classic horror, but I do recommend watching it, because I remember I was watching it the other day and it freaked the shite out of me. So give it a watch. If you like video nasties, watch Cannibal Holocaust as well. That's a good one as well. Now we're near to an end and play some cracking tunes today. I hope you don't go to the mainstream and listen to some decent music instead of that shite you hear on the mainstream radios. Instead of mainstream radio, switch to Crashing In, and I always play good Halloween tunes. Obviously, I haven't got that much of a selection due to copyright reasons, but I have tried my best today. I am due to have more episodes of Crashing In. A lot's changing in my life recently, so a lot's going to be happening with Crashing In. So, yeah, I'm going to call this a day. I hope you all enjoyed, and sorry it's such a short episode today, but I'm going to play one last brilliant Halloween classic, Stevie Wonder, Superstitions. Before I go, I just want to say happy Halloween and stay safe tonight.
on the wall. Baby, superstition, let us about to fall. Looking my door, baby, broke-colored glass. 7 years of big things in the past. You believe in things you don't understand, and you suffer. Supposed to sort it away. Yeah. Ooh, living superstition. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of the problem. Do all that you can. Keep me in daydream. Keep it going strong. You don't wanna shake me. Sad in the song. You believe in things you don't understand, then you're done. Supposed to turn it away. Superstitions, none of them think more to say. Living superstitions.